Hi, my name is Vanessa Witkowski. I represent CafeBabel.com. I'd like to thank the organizers for inviting me today. It's great to meet you guys. I'd like to insist on the fact that I'd like this my session to be very interactive. So if you have questions while I'm making the presentation, please don't hesitate. That's how we'll get the most feedback out of it. About Cafe Babel, Elisa explained it very well. We are a European magazine based on online, based on participatory journalism. It was founded in 2001 by Erasmus students. At the time, does everybody know what Erasmus is? It's an exchange program, a European exchange program founded about 20 years ago. And the point was to send European college students to other European countries, and so that they would come back and actually still have their credits. And that was a very successful story in the sense that it built a European community that now we call the Euro generation. So Cafe Babel is based on this Euro generation, meaning that at the time it was already community-based in 2001 when it was launched. This is before the whole 2.0 phenomena took place. Participatory journalism means that every single article written online is translated and written by volunteers. So it can be a guy or a girl from Vilnius, or from Madrid, or from Barcelona, or Rome, whichever, writes a story from a European perspective, taking into consideration the different opinions of his or her contact based on his or her network. So Cafe Babel is multilingual, translated into 7 languages: French, English, German, Italian, Spanish, Polish, and Catalan. Today we have 400,000 unique visitors a month, 2.5 million pages viewed. I'm sorry, I made a mistake on the presentation. And today we count about 1,000 volunteer journalists and translators. Our ultimate objective is to create a European public opinion. You can't talk about, do you guys understand what I mean by European public opinion? I saw some. It's a difficult concept. Right. It's actually, I should say, it's to contribute to the emergence of a European public opinion. We don't know if we're going to get there, but what we mean by that is if we talk about the European Constitution, then we have to talk about it from a trans-European perspective. If you keep it from a Franco-French perspective, you're going to talk about, you know, the Constitution is liberal, Chirac sucks. We're not going to talk about the real thing. So what Cafe Babel wants to do is also fill in the democratic gap that there is today when decisions are made at the European Parliament, for instance, or at the Commission that concern all Europeans but are confined to the national public debate. And then we have a serious democratic deficit. So this is also the vision behind CafeBabel.com. Now, we're very happy with... I'm going too fast. Yeah. Now, we're very happy with, you know, our success story. We weren't in 2001 actually prepared for our success, because today our editorial line has to have a certain quality, meaning that we can't accept every single volunteer skills. For instance, if we have a girl or a guy writing for us from Kosovo, and he or her is not a native English speaker, or, you know, we need to translate into 7 languages from Albanian, for instance, then it takes too long. So we had to find a new way of being flexible and be able to give these people a platform on CafeBabel.com. So our first challenge was actually to expand our network in Central and Eastern European countries. And by doing so, we developed the Polish linguistic version in 2006, last year in February. That enabled us to have this Central and Eastern perspective that was lacking on CafeBabel.com. we encourage the creation of local teams because we work with local teams. So we have one in Warsaw, Krakow, we have one in Bucharest, Budapest, Tallinn, Vilnius, the main Central Eastern European countries. In 2007, we launched the 2.0 based Babel community. And that was inspired by the whole Wikipedia phenomena 2.0. I won't go into the debate of what exactly 2.0 is, but for us what was interesting is the interactivity, that the user in front of his or her computer checking out cafebabel.com could actually participate directly from home. And we wanted to channel that energy because we were saying no to so many of our volunteers. It was important for us that we develop new ways. So we did this as a working group, as it was actually a team effort with all the team leaders from Europe. We gathered them in Barcelona in last year, and we said, can we use this new tool? What should we do? We saw that in France, the blogs were very, very successful among especially the teenagers, and we thought maybe we could use this as well for bloggers in Europe in general, so that they can have their little portal on cafebabel.com and benefit from our trans-European readership. So the objective was to increase reactivity to local news. Typically, I often mention the episode that happened in Tallinn with a Russian soldier in Estonia when there was this debate about whether he should go or not. Because we need to be translated into 7 languages, our reactivity wasn't rapid enough to deal with the debate when, Europeans should have been aware of what was going on. So now with Babel blogs, the people in Tallinn can actually post an article on this and launch a debate that anyone can participate to. We'll see later. It was very interesting to see that even weeks later, this had a positive effect. So increase interactivity with the reader to enrich the magazine's content, because this also enables us to use that information and build our network, contact these people and say, look, I like what you wrote on your blog. Can we use it for the magazine? Can you put me in touch with these people? Building the network is very important. Promote transnational and multilingual debate. And this is why we also have multilingual forums, which is a big challenge because we rely on multilingual moderators that can go from one thread of discussion in one of the 7 languages to another. We want to foster the exchanges among the Euro generation. And I say Euro generation, but really it's more and more extended to the Euro seniors as well. Those who are nostalgic about the Europe of peace after World War II, they're becoming an increasing part of our readership, and from Central and Eastern countries as well. So the point here is really to give Europe a true personality. If we talk about a ballerina from Naples working in Paris, this is what Europe is. We're going to have an interview about her and give Europe its true personality for people to identify to it. And again, the Babel blogs, the community are there to enable European opinion leaders to have a trans-European platform. If we have, members of the European Parliament who want to open a blog about one of their projects, if we have, we're going to launch pretty soon a petition or campaign tool in the next few weeks, so that if the European Union federalists want to launch a campaign on having EU referendum, that at least they can have this platform on cafebabel.com. Now, what is a Babel blog? It is run by a Babelian. You have to register on cafebabel.com with your profile, your description of who you are. It's not yet as developed as Facebook, which is an unprecedented phenomenon on the internet. We're very impressed. But it gives you all the comments and references of that person on the profile, so that people can see how he or she contributed to the multilingual platform, whether it be on blog